Welcome, Gordon Mann, here in Las Vegas, Nevada at the D3 Hoops Classic with head coach Jon VanderWal and Jason Ellis of the 8th-ranked Marietta College Pioneers. Coach, I'll go to you first. 2 victories. You are not shy about playing tough teams in your non-conference schedule. It's finally over. Now just conference games the rest of the way. Kind of give you the state of the team.
Well, we feel pretty good about where we're at. You know, I still think we haven't reached our potential. I think we've got a long ways to go. We can get a lot better, but we're playing pretty well. We're playing good enough to win games right now. You mentioned it. We put ourselves through a juggernaut of a schedule. You know, after our first 2 weekends, I felt like the season probably should be over. I was so exhausted from it. Just felt like we were playing games that should be played in March. But I think it's made us better. I think it's prepared us for moments like this trip and playing these games out here in Vegas. And it was nice to see our guys handle it the right way and play well.
Jason, last year, you could only play your teams in your own conference, right? You pretty much are not allowed to leave the state. This year you play Christopher Newport and Roanoke, who are ranked in the top 25. You get the #1 team at home. You get to come to Vegas. How much have you enjoyed the non-conference season this year?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. We're grateful to be able to play non-conference games. But, you know, we think we're one of the best teams in the country, so we want to play the best teams in the country to prove, you know, who we are. And, you know, we got a lot of believing in everybody on the team, and we think we got a pretty good squad this year. So, I mean, it was fun. They were fun games, especially those home games. You know, the banjo gets rocking. It's pretty fun. But, yeah, so it was fun and just grateful to be able to come out here and play the game we love. So it's awesome.
You have a big smile on your face when you're playing a lot of the time. I don't know if you probably – there it is. That's that one right there. You know, you just exude joy when you're playing. Are you like that in like other areas of your life? Are you like that fired up about studying and doing everything else?
Probably not studying, but I mean, yeah. Actually, basketball is probably the most serious I am. So it's
okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's a game you love. You know, I love playing it. I enjoy every second I'm out there. I'm grateful to be able to do it. You know, it's awesome.
Give me the Jason Ellis recruitment story. You're from Marion. That's near Columbus, right?
Yes.
Okay, so give me this story.
Well, I'm really proud of Jason, okay? We recruited him, obviously. I wouldn't say we recruited him extremely hard. He came in as a freshman, probably was a little bit lower on our depth chart. We thought we had some guys maybe in front of him. And he's a self-made player. I can't take any credit for it. I mean, he busts his tail day in, day out. He has outworked everybody. He showed up as a freshman and just worked. And didn't say much. He actually back then he didn't talk at all. He didn't probably smile a whole lot back then either. Okay, he just showed up, kept his mouth shut, believe it or not, and just did the work. Yeah. And he got better every day. He's the epitome of what guys should do when they leave high school and go into college with, as far as attitude and approach and just mentality and how to go about climbing that ladder in college, because it's not easy. And he's done an amazing job. He deserves all the credit that he gets. He's a self-made player, so you know he's exceeded our expectations. Thinking back to when we recruited him, we thought he had a chance to be a good player. Yeah. And he's exceeded those expectations because of who he is and his mentality and his work ethic.
What do you remember about that? Had you heard of Marietta College before you were recruited? I know Columbus to Marietta is not like it's 12 hours away, but had you heard of it?
I have a little bit. I guess my high school coach's son went to Marietta, so.
Oh, okay.
So he's actually part of the team that started it all.
Yeah.
So yeah, I heard of Marietta, and once I went down to campus, I was sold. You know, it's a beautiful place, and I love Coach's intensity, and he kept it real with me. When I walked into his office and said, "You got to work for everything you're gonna get here, but if you can put in the work, put in the time, you know, you'll have a great experience." And I couldn't have dreamed of anything like this. It's been awesome. So
we said that in the broadcast. We said, I bet once VanderWal gets him on campus, it's a done deal. Between the gym and the atmosphere, I bet he's got him once he gets him. If you can get him on campus, you probably don't lose too often.
That is our biggest challenge. We're a little bit isolated, right. Southeast Ohio. People got to take a full day off of work or whatever to bring their son down. Yeah. And so it's a commitment to come visit. But once they do come visit, we've got a beautiful campus. We got an awesome environment. We got, I think, one of the best small college basketball environments in the country. Yeah. If we can get a young man to a game, we're going to be there in the end. We've got a really unique thing going on down there. The community is special. Yeah. The people are really unique. And it's become home to me and my family. It's become home to guys like this. And I think the guys kind of cherish being able to play in such a special basketball environment.
Yeah, it's one of the few Division III schools. We've got 450 of them, but I think we might have 10 that have the kind of environment that Marietta does, where the community rallies around and embraces the team, and you're on billboards in town and all that other sort of stuff. So we were talking about you in the pregame, you and Lucas as Division III's version of the Splash Brothers. How do you like that?
Yeah, it's awesome, but I feel like you got to put Mason Leidick in there too.
Yeah.
Our starting 3 guards is all of us to put in the time. Me being a 5th year and those 2 being seniors for their 4th year, and we all played. Both of them played as freshmen too. So we've been playing together for 4 years, and also with Tim, the big man down low. So it's when us 3 get going, we kind of bank on one of us going off at night, and this weekend it was Mason. He looked really good this weekend. Lucas had 36 against the #1 team in the country, so he's looked good so far this year too. So we're really special to have us 3 out there together, and it makes you feel comfortable. You have other people to rely on too, and it's awesome. I love having them playing with them. So.
I'm guessing the toughest defender you face in the conference is the one you face every day in practice. Talk about Mason on defense.
Oh, he's incredible. It's
like a bull.
Yeah, he's one of the toughest dudes. He's incredible on defensively. We bank on him every night to come guard the best player. So it really we rely on him, and he does a great job every night. So we don't have to worry about that. So it's pretty cool, and he's a great player. He's awesome.
Coach, you've used a bunch of different front courts and throughout the year, and we saw what all of them could do. Krieger looked great this weekend. Yeah. Willoughby had a big basket at the end of the first half when Crawford had some moves that looked like they belonged on a highlight reel. Kind of assess the state of your front court for me. Would you like to get to a stage where you have a starting 5, or are you kind of happy with kind of rotating through?
Yeah, we our depth has always kind of been our strength. We're still trying to build that this year. We like to play at least 10 guys every game. Our post guys are starting to come along. We've battled foul trouble issues all year long. That was no different in today's game. A ton of fouls were called today, so we had to go deep into our bench. But Timmy Krieger, he's a pretty dominant low post guy. Had a great game today, and the younger guys are really starting to come around as well. So just trying to get them experience, and try to teach them, try to get them better every day. And I think they're learning and growing, and that's all we can ask.
I asked this of Coach Jensen from Whittier yesterday. Coaches by nature are planners, right? You review game film, you recruit. I'm sure you've got all kinds of you've got that doled out. The last 18 months have not really lent itself to planning, right? You came here expecting to play another top 10 team. That team didn't show up. We've probably switched things on you 12 different times. What has that been like for you?
Well, I think we've just kind of learned to roll with the punches, and be grateful for every opportunity that we get. We've been stripped of so many opportunities along the way that, when we landed in Vegas, it was like, man, you could almost take a sigh of relief. Right. All right, we're here, and things get changed up on us, and we got to play somebody different. Right. So be it. Yeah. At least we're here. There's a lot of teams that would give anything to be here that aren't here, and you feel for those programs that haven't gotten this opportunity. So we're just going to take advantage of any opportunity we get. I'm kind of OCD, so it's a little hard for me, and I'm doing my best to roll with the punches, but these guys do a lot better job than I do.
Jason, last question for you. You were the Conference Player of the Year. You were All-Region, but I want to go back a season before that. You scored 51 against John Carroll. What was that like? I can only imagine how much you smiled during that game.
Actually, I probably wasn't smiling much that game. It was it's always a dogfight with John Carroll, but it's incredible. You put in all the work, and then you believe you can do that almost every night, right? But it was incredible to be able to shoot it that well, and truly, go back watching the film. I was open most of the time, so my teammates were just kind of getting me the ball in the spots, and I shot a lot of free throws. So it was a special feeling being in the banjo too against one of our rivals. So it was a pretty special day, and I look back at that day and I just I smile about it now. But it was a fun time.
I was running the editorial desk, and I remember emailing your SID and saying, I think I need a Jason Ellis photo for the front page. So.
Yeah, it was a good day.
Last question for you. We've talked about the basketball. What else are you guys going to get a chance to do while you're out here?
We're gonna go to a nice steak dinner right now. We've been eating too many buffet meals, so we're gonna take these guys to a nice meal, sit down, and I said, guys, we're gonna go to a really nice dinner tonight. I want to be able to enjoy it, So we're gonna enjoy that. And then tomorrow we got a free day to kind of go down to the Strip, just explore things, check it out, and then we're gonna go to the bowl game, the Las Vegas Bowl, and take in the football game, Arizona State and Wisconsin. So try to do something fun, give these guys a neat experience. You know, I've never been to a bowl game; none of our guys have. So just taking advantage of being in a place like Las Vegas and taking in some of the sights and get a chance to do some neat things.
All right, I lied. I do have one more question for you. You're from Marion. I got to imagine you're a Buckeyes fan, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Are you going to feel conflicted tomorrow? Are you going to root hard for Arizona State?
I don't know. You know, I'm not too into football like that, but I love watching the Buckeyes. But I don't know, it'll be fun.
Well, a lot to look forward to for Marietta for the rest of the season. 8th-ranked Pioneers heading home with 2 wins here in Vegas. For D3 Hoops, this is Gordon Mann.